state capital, Columbus, home of Ohio State football. The Buckeyes play host to the UCLA Bruins on Saturday, but it's Thursday and it's Military Appreciation Night inside Nationwide Arena, where the Oilers look for their first win in more than 6 years tonight against the Jackets. Good evening, alongside Louis DeBrusque. I'm Jack Michaels, and that man, Calvin Pickard, will try to give Edmonton its first win in Columbus since October of 2019. The Cannon. The Oilers have heard a lot of it. In the last 4 games here, they've been outscored 21-10. Calvin Pickard hopes that's the last time he'll have to hear the Cannon. At the other end, Jet Greaves, who's making a 3rd consecutive start. Now, prior to Monday night, they'd just been alternating Columbus with Greaves and Bruce Leakins. 3 in a row for Greaves, maybe a message to both goaltenders. And that man, Jack Roslovic, born and raised about 5 minutes from Nationwide Arena. He's on hand, coming off back-to-back OT winners, and we're underway with Charlie Coyle having won the opening faceoff against Connor McDavid. Calvin Pickard calls for and gets an icing 7 seconds in.
And as you heard Chris Knobloch talk about this morning, he was talking about getting after this Columbus Bluejackets team quicker. This is a fast team that likes a high-event game. They've got skill they like to attack, and their defensemen will activate. Have to be on your toes early on.
Jackets' first game back at home after a lengthy 5-game trip where they ping-pong back and forth between the Mountain Pacific time zones. They got a 2-1 shootout win in Seattle. Here's a shot funneled on net by Ekholm, who scored twice last year against Columbus. And that was flicked aside by Greaves, who was nicked for 5 goals on 24 shots on Monday night. Matthew Olivier, who inadvertently put one over Greaves' shoulder for the equalizer in the final minute on Monday night. That tied the game, and then Roslovic won it in OT. Errant pass from Matt Savoy, who assisted on both Edmonton goals in last night's win over Philadelphia, and it's an icing call against the Oilers this time.
Well, the Blue Jackets coming off a 5-game road trip, and this is their first game at home, and you always hear about how that's a little bit of a tough situation for Dean Evason this morning. He said, yes, it's real. There's some sickness going through the team, but I expect everybody to come out, give their best, get their feet moving, and try and grind one out in front of their home crowd, which is pretty full tonight.
Yeah,
loud
great
building.
Crowd. 18,000 for Columbus. Matejchuk, a shot from distance, that was blocked. Rebound ricocheted out toward Andrew Mangiapane. Playing on the line with McDavid and Savoy. Couple lineup changes of note for the Oilers, as drawing back in is David Tomashik on the 4th line. Janmark will join Henrique and Frederick on the 3rd line. Kent Johnson, who was a healthy scratch in the Columbus win over Seattle, will swing it down low, and that's punched off the boards and out by Savoy. And once again, the Oilers are whistled for an offside. Meanwhile, on defense, Alec Regula back in. Trent Frederick wearing the battle scars of a spirited tilt with Matthew Olivier the other night. And with Regula back in, Ty Emberson will take a seat for tonight for Edmonton and head coach Chris Knobloch.
Expected in a back-to-back, fresh legs into the lineup, a couple guys that have been sitting out, get them back into the lineup for the Oilers, and hopefully they can bring some of that energy, carrying over from a hard-fought win last night in Philadelphia.
Draisaitl chased out of the circle, replaced by Podkolzin. Face-off win for Columbus. Damon Severson, Matejchuk a shot, and that was blocked. Matejchuk had a rough game in Edmonton on Monday night, but as Damon Severson was quick to remind us this morning, hey, he was matched up against the best player in the world. You're going to have those nights when you're a second-year pro finding your way in the league. Kirill Marchenko on a tear lately, pulled down by Nurse, still stayed with it and got it down low, where it's knifed free by Wallman over to Draisaitl. He was double-teamed in the corner, got some help from Darnell Nurse. Marchenko crowding. He's on a career-high 9-game point streak right now. Roslovic works his way down deep. He played 4 years for the Blue Jackets, and maybe a penalty coming on Roslovic. Going down awkwardly was Dante Fabro, and the Jackets will get an early power play.
Yeah, a little play off the wall here by Fabro, and it's actually a smart play. He knows there's pressure coming into the corner, And it was Roslovic up the ice that gets this puck on the entry. Good forecheck by Podkolzin. And this little play right here is Fabro's just trying to put it around Roslovic. And then as he turns, you're going to see the leg of Roslovic come in and bump the back of the leg of Fabro, taking him down. That's the trip. First power play to Columbus.
Fabro, of course, spent several years in Nashville. So did his head coach, Dean Evison, is the head coach of Nashville's farm club down in Milwaukee. 6 full years as the head coach of the Admirals. Driven down the left-hand side, and Jet Greaves will leave it for Zach Werenski. Oilers are a top 10 penalty-killing unit at just under 82% for the year. Ekholm, Bouchard, Henrique, and without Nugent Hopkins, you've got Savoy out there first over the boards. Marchenko around the left-hand side, Adam Fantilli. Goals in back-to-back games. Shot blocked against Monahan, held in by Werenski. Over to Voronkov. He'll send it. Marchenko couldn't find it. Got it back from Savoy. Slithered down the wall. Feeds Werenski up top. Marchenko gets it back from Voronkov. Werenski, one-timer, Fantilli, and a block shot by Ekholm. Didn't look like Fantilli got all he wanted there. Slow start for Adam Fantilli, but he's got goals in 2 in a row after just 2 in his first 14. Third-year man and a 3rd overall pick out of the University of Michigan. Werenski to Fantilli. Werenski, like Fantilli, an ex-Wolverine. Side of the net, quick chance, Voronkov, and Pickard got a piece of that. Oilers can't get it out. Another battle won. Marchenko tripped up. Crowd wanted a call, none forthcoming. Werenski to Fantilli. He juggled. He fed it toward the net. The rebound available for a moment. Taken by Ekholm. Tucked over to Savoy and cleared beyond the lunging Werenski. Crowd wanted a 5-on-3 there.
Yeah, Marchenko went down, and some good penalty killing by Edmonton to keep everything to the outside. Couple opportunities to put it down the ice.
Chance coming, shot off the rush, rebound slammed off the post. And Pickard gets a break. Oilers come away. Wallman dishing off right side, Podkolzin. Penalty to Roslovic is over. 2 shots on the power play and a wrister off the shoulder of Greaves from Roslovic. 2 shots on goal, and of course 1 off the post. Columbus by an eyelash still remains scoreless. 4 minutes into this first period, tucked in deep by Kent Johnson. Wallman to reset, fresh off the PK, and this is what we've seen most of the last 2 or 3 years. McDavid and Draisaitl together 5-on-5 after a successful kill, or for that matter, an unsuccessful one. Up the right-hand side, Miles Wood. He was one of the Jackets that was sick last week. McDavid ahead for Mangiapane, quick shot, and a kick save made by Greaves. Rebound tossed up the right-hand side and out for an icing call. Whistle goes with nearly 5 minutes gone in this scoreless first period, but the Jackets came close, Louis.
Terrific block by Matthias Ekholm. You're going to see keep this to the outside in the penalty kill, and he just eats up the blast on the one-timer by Fantilli. There's the break, and a good save by Pickard on the transitional play, and you just saw Mangiapane get a good shot away on a quick transition from neutral zone to offense as McDavid sends him in a little bit alone. He had to get the shot away quick. Calvin Pickard stretching a little bit after that one.
Draisaitl and McDavid with Roslovic. Draisaitl able to pull the face off. Back to the point. Now Bouchard peeks in, takes a shot. That's wide. Draisaitl, McDavid, and Nurse, the only 3 Oilers in the lineup tonight that played in that last win in Columbus. Here's McDavid, jitterbugging, shooting wide from a sharp angle. Rebound, Bouchard. Draisaitl let it go through. Mangiapane squeezed off the puck. Bouchard a good keep for Draisaitl. Over to Ekholm and sent down low. That ricocheted off the back of the net. Hard hit on Mangiapane, kept it alive, and then picked off and worked up the right-hand side by Lundestrom. Didn't get it out, though. And Mangiapane dropped his man to the ice, Fabro, and now goes to work in the corner. Pinned there by Lundestrom, the longtime Anaheim Duck. Olivier was able to twist it out with help from Matejchuk. Now Draisaitl builds speed, pulls up at center. hits McDavid left wing. Back to Draisaitl. Quick release, and that was blocked. Rebound taken by Tomasik. Draisaitl, one touch, McDavid whiffed. Kulak steps up, and his shot was blocked. A painful one by Del Belbaluz, who turned 22 on Monday night in Edmonton. Cole Sillinger, he missed Monday night's game. He was sick.
Perfect time for Sillinger, too, with Boone Jenner out for what is looked to be a long time for the Columbus Bluejackets. Sillinger injected back in the lineup, missed the last 4.
Jenner, the captain for Columbus. Evason quick to say he's got a lot of leaders. They'll be okay. Severson sent toward the net by Christensen. That was blocked and cleared out. Christensen whirls and fires it back in. Kulak. Lead pass for Janmark. He'll bump it behind the Columbus defense. Christensen after it. Flubbed it behind the net. Janmark won a battle. Tried to center. Frederick in the vicinity. Now Adam Henrique battling Voronkov. There's 2 shots credited for either side in the first 7 minutes. Marchenko breaks away. Didn't see a lot of shots even in a 5-4 game on Monday night. Oilers outshot the Jackets 24-19. The 19 shots on net, a season low for Columbus, who comes in at 8-7-1. Oilers 8-6-4 after the back-to-back OT wins. Lead pass to Podkolzin for Moulman. Right side for Draisaitl. Stepping up is Roslovic. Draisaitl can't get him to the puck. It's forced back. Quickly shot in by Nertz. Tracked by Werenski. Second in the league in ice time. Evason told us, don't worry, you'll see him out there for 30 minutes tonight. Bouchard to Draisaitl. Thought he might have been held there. Draisaitl, a little spin move on Werenski. Takes him to the hole and a save made by Greaves. Rebound, it's Sillinger. Up to Olivier, and he'll dump it in. Grabbed by Charlie Coyle. Tried to tuck it inside, that was broken up. Olivier, who just erupted last year for 18 goals. Probably considered by most the toughest guy in the league. 4-player scrum. Puck launched against the Dashers. Coyle works it free. Werenski, a little hesitation, got it through Podkolzin. Back to Olivier. Bouchard kicked it away for Draisaitl. The outlet for Roslovic. A little chop in the legs by Provorov. Roslovic kept his feet and kept the puck as well before it's poke-checked off the stick by Chinakhov and forced back by Sillinger. Line change Columbus. McDavid will try to catch the Jackets. Off balance, driving in. Couldn't pull the trigger. Mangiapane tried to follow up and he couldn't get a shot away. Now it's Savoy. McDavid circling. Knocked off the stick. Nurse tried to force. That was broken up. And now Miles Wood breaks loose. Shoots. And that went through Pickard and off another post. Columbus
go forward 15 seconds. Button.
Right now.
Actions available.
Severson ahead to Matejchuk. Miles Wood came over from Colorado in a trade that also brought Coyle, basically for draft picks, a bit of a cap dump by the Avalanche. Kent Johnson down low for Sean Monahan. Veteran, reliable two-way center, can't maintain, and Tomasik will backhand it in deep. Tracked by Fabro and ushered up the right-hand side. Johnson shook loose of Kulak. Del Belbaluz punished by Curtis Lazar. Puck sent in deep. Regula in close quarters gets away from Johnson. The outlet pass, punch forward to center. Del Belbaluz up the left-hand side. Kulak under control. Lazar, they'll dump it in. And yes, if it looks like I'm looking for reasons to say Del Belbaluz, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Awesome.
Sent in deep by Fantilli.
Almost 6 minutes and no whistles here.
I'm sorry, partner. Am I leaving now?
No. Back and forth. They're playing.
Provorov. Werenski shot. Held by Pickard.
Very good.
Another
Go
post.
forward 15
And a
seconds.
rebound swept toward the net. And Pickard able to cover 2 posts and a crossbar in the first 11 minutes for the Columbus Bluejackets. Somehow this game is still scoreless. Louis, you got a recap of the chances.
Yeah, back and forth here and some opportunities around Calvin Pickard. And some bouncing pucks. This one here goes through Miles Wood off the rush, takes a quick release, and goes through Pickard off the bar out. That's the goaltender's best friend. This one here, a chop by Voronkov, up over top, off the bar. This one bounces back into Pickard. First step just chops at it, punches it up over top of Pickard off the bar, and then it bounces back into him. As another Blue Jacket takes a swipe at it. He's had a couple funny hops go through him, eh?
Absolutely.
Early on.
I mean, this is a situation where Calvin Pickard needs a couple of reliable saves coming up. Here's Draisaitl looking for Roslovic. One touch deflected off. Wallman. Quick shot by Nurse, guided to the corner by Greaves. Jackets more frustration against Edmonton. They felt like they gave one away on Monday night. Matejchuk streaks over, but it's held in. An alert play by Darnell Nurse, and Edmonton hoping to hem Columbus in, but Wallman half fanned on that shot, and it's wristed down deep by Voronkov. Puck has been bouncing around quite a bit, though. Matejchuk, that could factor in what we've seen around that Edmonton net to this point.
Especially when you're playing a tight checking, fast, aggressive, close the distance kind of game, which the Columbus Blue Jackets like to play. Edmonton's going to be on their toes as well. You don't have a lot of time and space. That puck's up on edge just a little bit. You don't have a lot of time to make the play, and that's where mistakes happen, when that puck's not sitting flat.
Savoy got through Sillinger, but Wade one extra move at the line, and that turns into an offside against Edmonton. 8 minutes to play in the first period. Some funny hops, couple posts and a crossbar. When it's all said and done, it's scoreless on Sportsnet.
Nation.com.
Controlling the puck a little bit right now because of that aggression, the tight checking, the physicality. Good sticks on sticks, and I do believe that right now the Blue Jackets have had the better chances because they've just thrown pucks through traffic and gotten it through. The Miles Wood one off the rush. You saw Werenski zip that wrister through. Those become really dangerous when there's some traffic in front. I think Edmonton can take a page from that and start to test Greaves a little bit more.
Sillinger out to Provorov. Werenski funneling down low for Coyle. And now he'll toss it back. Werenski from Provorov. Couldn't get it on net. McDavid, stretch play. Here's Mangiapane. He's in, and a late reach by Werenski disrupted. Just in time. Here's Savoy. Provorov draped on him, and then Bouchard had his stick explode. Had the presence of mind to scoop the puck over to Savoy, and Edmonton will take that hand pass all night.
ATCO Energy is the official energy provider of Rogers Place and proud sponsor of the Edmonton Oilers.
Well, here's the first break for Edmonton here. It's McDavid that sends in Mangiapane. That handle right there, and I think that's why he had to slow down just a little bit to corral that puck. We said it's up on edge. He reached with the one hand, brought it back. He had to look down. Great job by Werenski. Such a good defenseman. Closes the distance, uses that reach to take that chance away.
Monahan to Christensen, lead pass. That's going to turn into an icing call. Louis, I'm wondering, do players on a night like this where there have already been some bounces, can they read the way the game's going and try to funnel more pucks on net?
Try and use it to your advantage, right? Flop a puck into the corner, let it bounce around, get aggressively on the forecheck on the defenseman, throw a knuckler into the net, make sure there's traffic there, look for rebounds. Have an understanding that right now passes tape to tape and clean passes are a little bit hard to come by, and sometimes that's just the way the game goes. And it'll be the team that can figure that out the quickest, I think, that'll win this one.
Off the draw, Fabro under control for Columbus. A stretch play looking for Kent Johnson wasn't there. Broken up.
Even that pass by McDavid to Mangiapane, that was a hard pickup. At first I thought it was rare, but you could see he had to kind of chop it down, knock it down. In the process, it slowed him down a little bit.
Fabro jumps up. He tried a shot. That ricocheted off Darnell Nurse behind the net. Monahan. Del Bell Belouz. Swung it back to Fabro. Del Bel Blues. 27 goals last year in the American Hockey League. Got a 15-game trial with Columbus and had 8 points in 15 games. But Colson was clattered into, but did wedge it successfully back to center, where it's ripped back in by Christensen. Wallman with 6 minutes to go in a scoreless first. Chinikov pressuring Wallman. Stumbled down in the presence of mind to joust one over to Kulak, and then a lead pass backing in as Janmark. Scrambling toward the net, came out in front, and Greaves will flop on it with 5:49 to play in the first. And Edmonton can elect where it wants this face-off, because Greaves elected to freeze a dump it.
Go forward.
That was before the red line.
Yeah. So you're going to have Henrique take the draw against Lundestrom, his former teammate in Anaheim. Lundestrom, 16 goals back in 2022, but he wasn't able to build on it. Finished with just 4 last year and picked up by Columbus in the offseason. Off the draw, flipped through neutral by Severson. Regula, a strike to Henrique, and now Frederick working his way to the middle. Henrique dishing off. Shot from distance, Janmark doesn't get through. Regula. Kulak turned, another shot, another double deflection. Miles Wood beaten to the puck by Janmark. Returned to Regula, but that was a tough pass, and it hopped over Regula's stick.
Yeah, a little hot to handle on the line. Seen a few blocks now from both teams. It'd be important to get that shot from the blue line through. You saw when Werenski did it, became a high quality chance.
Here's a lead pass, and Marchenko slipped. Louis, something's on that surface. Here's a chance coming for Werenski, twisting in front for Fantilli. Smacked around, a shot, and I think we're gonna have a hand pass or puck play with a high stick. It's gonna be the puck play with a high stick. Faceoff will come out to the neutral zone when we come back. A strange 15 minutes in Columbus. 0-0.
Brings you closer to
area of the National Hockey League, then dipping back into the U.S. before flying home after that last game against Seattle. Veteran player Zach Werenski said it was nice to have one day just to travel with no games. He did say that the trip felt longer than it actually was, but I think Jack and Louis, with 1 win and only 5 games, that happens. The Oilers wait to see how their road trip will feel when they're all done a couple of Saturdays from now.
And the Jackets can't afford to fall off the pace, not in the tightly compacted Eastern Conference, where right now 8 teams are separated by 2 points in what is truly a wild card race. Again, we're at the quarter pole, not even, but still. Here's Charlie Coyle. You don't often see the standings this compressed. Shot by Coyle, squeezed through Pickard, and it's 1-0 Columbus.
Well, just as we expected, we've seen a few of these from the Blue Jackets already. And Olivier's the one that's in front here that gets a big chunk of this. And it's Werenski that just activates up the ice. Charlie Coyle with a nice little spin move. Hold on, buy yourself some time. And then a lane opens up. Now this is a floater that gets right into Olivier. You're going to see him in a battle in front. Bouchard's right there in the vicinity, but he gets that outside position, steps out to the puck, tips it. First goal in 7 games for Olivier, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Well, sort of. He had a tip in Monday night that didn't pan out. That one.
Yeah, in his own net.
Exactly.
Fortunately for him, the Wallman goal that tied it late and allowed Edmonton to win in overtime. Just trying to make a defensive play, so he likes this one a lot better, I'm sure.
It's his second of the year. We talked about the fact he erupted for a career high 18 last season. Boyle with the assist, 1-0 Columbus. And to Louis' point, it's a situation where you funnel a puck on net and hope for a tip or a ricochet, and Columbus got it. Werenski will pick up a second assist, and now the Jackets get it in deep. Regula under duress. Noah Philp trying to power it out of the zone, held in by Severson. Fantilli swings it around the boards. Voronkov maintained for Marchenko. Regula chipped out by Lazar. 1-0 Columbus. The shots on goal, 6-4 in favor of the Jackets. Here's Matejchuk. Second-year man whistles it in deep. Draisaitl on it for Edmonton. Sent it over to Podkolzin. And now we've got a penalty away from the play. Draisaitl was hauled down. I think they're going to get Lundestrom, who was in a bit of a stick battle with Draisaitl, and he reeled him in. And now Edmonton, a power play with a chance to tie.
2-minute minor tripping.
As the official medical imaging provider to the Edmonton Oilers, MIC ensures precision in every shot. Go to where the pros go. MIC Medical Imaging.
It will be Isaac Lundestrom going to the penalty box here as he's backtracking with Draisaitl, trying to stay with him. His stick goes right in between the legs and takes him down. You have to have control. First power play for Edmonton.
And for Lundestrom, a guy trying to stay in the lineup, Louis, that's a penalty you can't take 175 feet from your own net. Puts Edmonton on the power play. The Oilers a gaudy 31%, good enough for third in the league. Draisaitl with 6 power play goals. Only Wyatt Johnston has more. Off the draw, won by McDavid. And this power play brought to you by Play Alberta as the Oilers look for the tie. McDavid tried to center, and in doing so almost sent it off Provorov's stick. Roslovic able to gain control. Bouchard to Draisaitl. Bouchard steps into a one-timer and smashed it high and wide. Rebound. Provorov shovels down the ice. Now, Columbus's penalty kill is ranked 27th, but Louis, as you know, it's been on the improve. Dean Evason talked about it. 15 for their last 16.
And the big part of that is discipline. In 7 of the last 8 games, they've only been short 2 or less times in the game. So this is a team that's really buckled down. Ooh, this is a one-man show by Sillinger killing a penalty here. Having a hard time getting out of the zone for Edmonton. Need to get going here.
Without Nugent Hopkins, Savoy joins this Oiler power play. They gave Frederick a trial. Oh, a misplay by Olivier. Had a chance to get it out against Leon Draisaitl. You wonder whether that comes back to haunt the Blue Jackets. Bouchard to Connor McDavid. Draisaitl in front, one-timer. Savoy had it blocked, and this time Olivier does make the play, and maybe it's a 2-on-1 shorthanded. Sillinger joins. Olivier centers, one-timer, and that was fired and tinged off another goal post and out. That is 4 pipes that Columbus has hit in this first period. It remains 1-0.
One team's got some jump right now, one team doesn't, and Sillinger does a great job here penalty killing. As he just gets up aggressively on Savoy, closes him off, attacks McDavid here, doesn't allow him to play the puck, and then just stays in the hunt. And he's the one that's eventually going to have the chance 2-on-1. Beautiful pass by Olivier over a crossing. He dents the bar on that one, tried to go short side up over top of the glove of Calvin Pickard.
Taking a skate is Provorov, second unit out for Edmonton. Frederick Tomashik, Ekholm, Henrique, and this man, Jake Wallman. Cole Sillinger, you're exactly right, Louis. That was a tremendous job of killing. And a bit of a solo effort. Tomashik trying to squeeze his way down the wall. Matejchuk with a turnover. Frederick had it, got it popped off his stick. It's served up to Coyle, who launches it down the ice. And Miles Wood, who could really fly, got around Wallman and will throw it into the opposite corner with a minute to go in the period. Ekholm emerges. Power play set to come to an end. Tomashik fenders one down low for Frederick. Nary a shot on goal for Edmonton on that power play. Best scoring chance was Columbus. And Sillinger ripping it off the bar. Cross ice delivery. Fantilli backhanded in front by Matejchuk, and that was broken up. Retrieved by Henrique. Lead for Tomashik, out of his reach. Matejchuk. He'll spin away from traffic, a half minute to go in the period. Voronkov under pressure from Kulak. Put it behind the net. Darnell Nurse works it up the left-hand side. Podkolzin. Battling is Werenski. Mangiapane pestering. Rides him into the end boards. Werenski does a nice job of fending him and Podkolzin off. Carried out by Fantilli, and that should do it for the first period. But Colson at the horn, lifts it in, batted down, and we've got a 1-0 game for Columbus. Matthew Olivier, a tip-in for his second of the year from Coyle and Werenski, and 4 other pipes hit, 2 posts and 2 crossbars. Edmonton somewhat fortunate to be down just 1-0. Straight ahead.
And Blue Jackets getting ready for the second period. 1-0. Columbus leads after 20. Tonight's Oilers Hockey Fights Cancer 50-50 presented by Rogers. It's in support of the Alberta Cancer Foundation and the Terry Fox Foundation, providing access to vital support services and treatments while investing in groundbreaking cancer research. Support now by getting your tickets to EdmontonOilers.com/5050.
Oilers got to get going. They were dramatically outplayed in the final 10 minutes of that period. The shots are only 6-4 for Columbus, but the shot attempts were 19-14 for the Blue Jackets. Blue Jackets had 3 pucks past Calvin Pickard that did not end up in the net.
Or end up as shots.
Right.
Puck to the left wing point, and Ekholm with a blast that's blocked by Olivier. Puck to the middle and just off the stick of Werenski before it could get to Mangiapane. Werenski to center, and he'll shoot it in. Bouchard will take it in behind the Edmonton goal. Lost it to Sillinger in front. Oh, big save made by Pickard off of Charlie Coyle. Puck to the line, and the shot, and that's knocked away by Pickard after Werenski let it go. What a chance there for Coyle. All alone in front of the Edmonton net. Left side Sillinger tried to toe drag it to the middle, and getting it away from him was McDavid. Then he lost it to Olivier. Out of the left corner to the net. The shot scores. Coyle at the side of the net makes it 2-0 Columbus. .44 seconds into this second period.
Well, that one's not on the goalie. Connor McDavid gets stripped by Matthew Olivier, who's having just a great game, and he sauces one across, and Bouchard, for the 239th time this year, doesn't get the positioning in front of the net, ends up in the back of the goal. Evans had been a very tough start to the season, but it's 2 of your best players, Connor and Evan Bouchard. And Bouchard had a chance to make a play in the zone, didn't do so. And then McDavid.
Coyle gets his 3rd of the year. Coyle eventually scoring at a great opportunity before that. Calvin Pickard had bailed the Oilers out.
Holy cow.
Here's Monahan at center. He'll dump the puck in. Goes to the right wing corner. Roslovic off the boards and out with it. Matejchuk, the neutral zone, will play the puck just in.
We'll see how McDavid and Bouchard respond here. Both had a tough game so far. Can't do it by yourself, Leon.
Draisaitl down the right wing, comes into the Columbus zone to the right wing corner, now in behind the net. On the left side, top of the circle, up to the blue line, and knocked off his stick by Matejchuk. The puck is picked up by Nurse. 2-0 Columbus here in the second. We're a minute 40 in. On Colson lost it at the Columbus Blue line. Marchenko into his own end to Matejchuk. Now to Voronkov, hit his skate. Comes to Severson. To Matejchuk. To Voronkov, now to Marchenko into the Oiler end. To the net, the shot and the save made by Pickard. And the puck in behind the goal. As they battle for it and behind the net, it's Kulak that comes up with it for Edmonton. To the line. Yeah, Mark got it just out. It's chopped back in. And
what are you
Mark,
doing?
Cross-ice pass, hits a stick. And now it's Frederick at center, and he'll shoot it in. Gloved by Greaves. And he held it just long enough. He was trying to move it. Couldn't. And we get a whistle. 2 minutes, 29 seconds gone here in the second. 2-0. Columbus leads. Charlie Coyle with his 3rd of the year from Matthew Olivier at 44 seconds. And that line's got both goals.
Head-to-head against the McDavid line.
Yeah.
Evan Bouchard turned the puck over directly on the first goal against and indirectly on the second. He had puck possession, and Pickard made a great save. And then McDavid turned it over, and I'm going to guess they're having issues with the ice here. It looks slow, but the Oilers look slow. That doesn't help.
It's up against the boards just inside the Columbus blue line in the skates of David Tomashik. Tomashik and Christensen have it tied up. Phillips trying to dig it out. It does come free, and it goes in behind the Columbus goal. Fabro to the corner. The left wing to Wood, able to get it out over Bouchard. Ekholm forced back by Chinikov. And the puck on the right wing, cleared by Lazar. It's at center. Fabro. The puck to Lundestrom. And Lundestrom on the right wing, just to the blue line, cleared out by Ekholm. Fabro on the left wing. It touches the stick of Miles Wood. Won't be icing. Matthias Ekholm, long pass on the right. That's too far for McDavid. It's icing against Edmonton. 3 minutes, 27 seconds into the second.
Ekholm and Bouchard having a little bit of a discussion here. And then Ekholm looking at the linesman. And now defensive zone draw for McDavid.
To the left of Pickard. Coyle taking the draw against McDavid. All right. Coyle wins the draw. Provorov on the right wing point. Now to Werenski on the right side. A shot, and that's off. A leg goes wide. Provorov in from the left wing, was able to keep it in. Goes in behind the goal. Ekholm for Tomashik. Tomashik to center ice. Over the center ice line, will dump it in. Reeves will set it in behind the net. Provorov on the left to Sillinger. Quickly across to Coyle. Just over center ice, he'll shoot it in. It's in behind the Edmonton net. Pickard had helped it around, but Sillinger there for Columbus to the blue line for Provorov on the left wing point. In behind the goal for Olivier.
This line's dominated Edmonton's top line.
Slides over to the left wing. Tries to cycle the puck. Can't. It comes to the middle. Olivier, the shot. And he put it over the Edmonton goal.
Pickard doesn't have a stick.
Rimmed on the right. Johnson bumps it to the right wing corner to Coyle. Then it lost the top of the circle. And getting it out was Mangiapane. He's able to dump it into the Columbus end. Up the left wing. Kent Johnson was across his line to Werenski into the Oiler end on the left to the left wing corner. Cross ice pass just broken up by Brett Kulak. Puck along the boards inside the Edmonton end, and it's Roslovic through the middle. Roslovic left wing to Draisaitl across to Podkolzin, and just getting his stick on it was Werenski. It's at the top of the circle, and Monahan comes out for Columbus. Cross ice to Johnson into the Oiler end, stops up just over the line. In behind the goal. Del Belbelou's on the left wing. Pushed off of it by Podkolzin through the middle to Kulak. Comes into the Columbus end. His shot, and that one launches off his stick, goes over the glass and out of play. 5 minutes, 11 seconds gone in the second. 2-0 Blue Jackets lead. Jet Greaves has been far from tested so far.
That would be the understatement.
Yep.
Shot attempts are 27-17 in this game. Could easily be 4-0 for Columbus.
Yep. Face off to the right of Greaves. Goes to Christensen behind his goal, on the left to Voronkov. And Voronkov will get it out through center ice, but there was Henrique to Janmark. He'll play it in. Puck goes to the corner. Janmark had to go off of him. Fantilli to Marchenko, won't get it out. Frederick keeps it in for Edmonton. Frederick in front of the net. He was looking for Janmark. Went off of the netminder Graves. The puck's out to center ice. Bouchard, cross ice pass, goes over the stick of Janmark. Fabro to Christensen. Up in the air and out. Left down by Voronkov. Into his own end for Christensen. On the left wing to Marchenko. To Fantilli, still at center. His own line to Christensen.
With Draisaitl and Roslovic here.
Dumped into the Oiler end. Bouchard for Ekholm. Up the left wing to Draisaitl now to McDavid. He'll come in over the line. Forced into the corner by Werenski to the right wing point. Wallman a shot. That goes off the glove of Greaves. And Provorov on the right wing. Into the right wing corner. Sent up to the line by Chinikov. Couldn't get it out though. Wallman had kept it in. And Provorov will get it out on the right. All the way down the ice. No icing. As the puck to the right corner. Chinikov in front of the net. Went off of Wood to the left wing point. Werenski a shot. That hit Wood. Went into the corner. Wood gets the puck on the left wing. Oh. Now to Chinikov after it hit the stick of Wallman. Puck comes free. Shot out off a Nurse. Up to McDavid. He'll dump it in. 7 minutes gone here in this second period. 2-0 Columbus leads.
Very disjointed Edmonton. They can't sustain any forecheck.
Long pass to Sillinger. That was offside as Olivier was in there a little early, and we get the whistle. 2-0 Columbus leads. 7 minutes, 15 seconds gone here in the second. We'll be right back from the Nationwide Arena in Columbus. It's Fort Dealers NHL Hockey Radio Network. Cam Moon and Bob Stauffer here at the Nationwide Arena in Columbus. 2-0. Blue Jackets lead the Oilers. 7:15 gone here in the second. Faceoff will be just outside the Edmonton blue line as Phil, Tomashik, Lazar out there with Regula and Kulak. Monahan's taking the draw for Columbus. Puck goes to Severson. Retreats into his own end at the middle to Monahan. Won't get it out. Philp will keep it in. Puck goes to Monahan though. To Severson, right corner. Up the left side to Matejchuk. He had lost an edge and the puck comes out. Regula looking for Tomashik, but he had gone to the bench for a change, and it goes all the way down the ice. It's icing against Edmonton. Faceoff will be to the right of Calvin Pickard.
So we talked last night, the Oilers won 67% of the faceoffs against the Flyers. They got cleaned up in the first period here tonight, only winning 5 of 15.
This one to the right of Pickard. Philp got
in there. You got to get the puck
line,
out.
It didn't get out. In front of his net, Kulak at the right wing for Philp. Philp on the right will get it out to center, and puck's brought in by Mangiapane. He's up against the boards as it squeezes loose. Matejchuk stops it behind his goal. Left wing for Severson. Long pass over the stick of Johnson. It's icing against Columbus.
Hey, healthy scratch Johnson the other night in Seattle. I was a little surprised by that.
Coach needed to get his attention a little. I'm sure it worked. Usually does.
6 shots on goal for Edmonton.
Yeah.
28 minutes through, and they're going to load up McDavid, Draisaitl, and Savoy.
It's to the right of Greaves. Oilers in Carolina on Saturday. Puck back to the line. Back home to Bouchard on the right. Down the right wing to McDavid to the blue line. Bouchard is shot. Scores! Bouchard let it go. That got redirected in the slot. It gets by Greaves. And the Oilers have cut the Columbus lead to 2-1. And Matt Savoy got a piece of that.
There you go. Out with the big boys, and McDavid swings it back. He keeps his point streak going. Long-range bomber from Bouchard. It's a heavy shot. It's a great deflection by Savoy, and it's a 1-goal game.
As Savoy gets his second of the season, second of his career, and the Edmonton Oilers are right back into the game. .09, time of the goal. As Matt Savoy with a redirection in the slot on the shot from Bouchard gets by Greaves. Marchenko into his own end, taken away by Podkolzin to the right wing point to Bouchard. It's on the right wing boards. Podkolzin to Bouchard. A shot, and that's just off the stick of Roslovic. It goes wide. Roslovic on the left wing. Going to hold off Fantilli. He does. Left wing corner now. Left wing top of the circle. Wow. Shimmies back to the boards. Goes in behind the net. Roslovic to the right. Roslovic up to the line. Cycles the puck to Podkolzin. Podkolzin to the point. Bouchard couldn't get it through, but gets it back. He'll go towards the net. Right wing. Henrique, a shot off the arm of Greaves. On the left side, Podkolzin to the corner. To Roslovic, off the stick, and it goes right to the net. Greaves can cover it up. 10:49 to go here in the second. Edmonton with some momentum. 2-1. Blue Jackets lead as Henrique and Voronkov have some words.
TJ Luxmore is telling him that's on you. You gave him the extra tap.
David now with points in 7 straight games. The second assist on that goal. All right, face-off will be in the Columbus zone.
And back to McDavid, Savoy, and Draisaitl.
Face-off will be taken by Leon Draisaitl up against Charlie Coyle. See if the Oilers can sustain some of this momentum that has gone their way after the
shifts in a row.
Savoy back to the left wing point to Nurse. In behind the net to Draisaitl in front of the goal. Savoy was tied up. Savoy now has it on the right wing. To the right wing point to Wallman. In behind the net, it goes over to the left. Savoy's over there too.
Zenot.
It's flying all over the place. Puck turned over. Draisaitl had it in his skate. Now to McDavid on the right wing. To the left wing point to Nurse. Nurse cross ice looking for Draisaitl, and that hit the stick of Werenski, and it goes into the crowd.
I'd say you got to put the puck on the net there if you're Darnell. Create some chaos, but you are within one in a game that you've not played very well in.
To make a change.
I mean, a total hard match. Whenever McDavid's on the ice, they want Coyle out there, who's rangy right shot. And the Oilers have had a poor game in the face-off circle, and Coyle's pretty good at it. He's at 54% this year. He is a pending UFA. Came over in that trade along with Wood. Miles Wood.
Severson up the right wing down the ice, icing against Columbus.
And Gavin Brindley went the other way with a couple picks. Chris McFarland and Don Waddell consummating the deal there. Of course, Chris McFarland was the assistant general manager for a number of years in Columbus.
Draisaitl line right back out there, and the puck to the point. Bouchard on the right to Draisaitl. Scores! Leon Draisaitl, the one-timer off the right wing, and this game is tied at 2.
Well, there you go. Boom. Suddenly McDavid's even, and so is Bouchard. And a great pass by Evan, and that's what he can do for you. And that's, what do we say? You got a chance to dig yourself out back in this game, and that's what's occurred here. And the Oilers 2 goals in a span of 100 seconds.
Draisaitl with his 11th of the year. He's over on the right wing and at about the hash marks. And the pass by Bouchard was on the money, and Draisaitl blasts it home, and this game's all tied up at 2. Puck brought in, and the shot by Johnson off his stick, and that goes out of play. As the Oilers right back into the game. So, yeah, they've been able to sustain that momentum after the first goal and the redirection by Matt Savoy. Face off to the right of Calvin Pickard. Henrique taking the draw against Monahan.
Can't give him an easy one back here.
Monahan wins it. Matejchuk to the middle. A right to Severson to Matejchuk. A shot, and that one blocked by Henrique. Del Bell Blues. Now to Monahan to the right wing point. Severson. Del Bell Blues brings the puck across the top. Now to the left wing. To the middle. The shot by Monahan just wide. Comes off the inboards. In front. Scores. Matejchuk had it come off the back wall. He was in the slot. He goes glove side. It's 3-2 Columbus.
What did we just say? Can't give him one back. Henrique gets waved out of the circle. Frederick, who has played some center, and he's been around 50%, got cleaned up on the draw. And the Oilers were chasing for the next 35 seconds. And that's a line that, in theory, you would hope would be able to at least check.
Yeah.
Got to be able to defend. And Del Bell Blues helped make that play. Yeah. Monahan with a wicked blast.
Yeah. And then Matejchuk,
who's going to be a good player,
gets his 4th goal of the year at 10:19. As Columbus goes offside at the Edmonton blue line. We can take a break. The goals are coming quick here. 9:34 to go in the second. 3-2. Blue Jackets lead the Oilers from the Nationwide Arena here in Columbus. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network. Calling all Bob Stauffer. We are here at the Nationwide Arena in Columbus. We're in the Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth. Legacy Heating and Cooling, home and home payments, no interest for 1 year. Matejchuk from Monahan and Del Bell Blues. That was at 10:19 and has put Columbus back in front as they are up by a score of 3-2. After the Oilers had battled back from a 2-0 deficit to tie it at 2. Goals by Savoy and Draisaitl. Puck brought in down the left wing. Marchenko had it knocked off his stick. Hits Voronkov, and on the right to center ice is Lazar. He'll shoot it in. It rims in the Columbus zone. Off of Philp over to the right wing. Lazar up against the boards. Curtis Lazar got it free for Janmark. Tied up, couldn't shoot it. Christensen will go cross ice to get it out. And Marchenko to center off the corner boards to Fantilli, and his shot, and the save made by Pickard on a set play on a cross corner dump in. And up to center ice, it's Nurse for Edmonton. He'll shoot it in. It's in behind the Columbus net. Christensen on the right to Fabro.
It's definitely McDavid, Draisaitl, and Savoy here. 3 straight shifts. They've scored in the last 2.
Fantilli's pass is off the stick, goes right to Savoy. He'll get out through center. Now in over the line on the left wing. Plays the puck low. Here's Draisaitl in front of the net. McDavid scores! Connor McDavid has tied the game at 3.
Well, they've now scored 3 straight shifts. And they got a lucky break that time. And sometimes we saw Bouchard misplay one back in his zone with the ice. And now you got to start to think, how much of a factor is the ice here? Where Werenski has a puck careen off the stick and goes right. They're checking to see if this is offside. If the Oilers were offside on the zone entry. And they're challenging right away. No, they're not. They are challenging. I think this play's offside. I think Leon was offside.
Columbus is using a coach's challenge to determine if the play was offside prior to the goal.
To determine.
There's not many challenges on offsides that aren't.
He's off. Yeah. We're going to tell you right now, it's offside. The whole sequence was offside. And this will be a pretty quick review.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it was Savoy, and Draisaitl was dragging his leg there, and Knobloch knows right away, and McDavid knows. They know it was offside. We have the ESPN feed. We have not yet seen the overhead, but we can. It felt offside. Here's the call. TJ Luxmore.
Yeah.
After video review, the play was determined to be offside at 8:36. There is no goal.
So offside, Oilers still down 3-2. Last night, Flyers had one pulled off the board late.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah, it's definitely offside.
Leon was straddling and.
All right. 8:36 to go here in the second period. 3-2 Columbus leads.
I mean, we got 5 goals and 23 shots. Neither goalie's going to be happy with the proverbial save percentage. That looked offside there, too.
It did. Chinakhov goes into the Oilers zone. To the right wing now to Lundestrom. To the blue line. Severson, a shot. That hits somebody. Goes wide of the Oiler net. On the right wing, Roslovic had to go off his stick. Matejchuk centering pass to the right wing point. Severson to the middle. His shot and a save made by Pickard. It goes out of play.
The problem with playing McDavid, Draisaitl, and Savoy together, right now they're your 3 best forwards in this game. Roslovic has played really well in critical moments the last couple games, but has struggled a bit tonight. But Colson looks like he's got some heavy feet going. And Mangiapane's -3 in this game. He's -14.
The draw on the Edmonton end. Wallman up in the air, glove down by Monahan in front of the net, and Del Belbaluz fanned on it. Had a great chance. Wallman gets it out down the right side of Roslovic to the middle. Oh, that just missed Henrique. And Johnson comes the other way. Down the right wing, stops to Monahan, fanned on it, and the puck gets to the slot, into some skates, over to Monahan. Out to Del Belbaluz, his shot off the pad of Pickard. Monahan to the blue line, to Matejchuk. His pass gets picked off, and Roslovic will come out with it through center with Podkolzin. To Podkolzin into the Columbus zone. Edmonton trying to make changes, and Podkolzin will dump it in. 7:27 to go here in the second. 3-2 Columbus leads. Severson with it in his own end. Severson on the right to Coyle. Coyle off the right wing, boards and in. He'll go after it right corner, pushes it behind the net. Sillinger centering pass, and that was just cleared out. Werenski will chase after it. Stops in the left corner of his own zone. Out through the middle to Coyle. Coyle cross
Good
ice.
job, Savoy.
Picked off by Matt Savoy. Savoy now starts the rush for Edmonton to Draisaitl into the Columbus end on the right. To the blue line, it's McDavid. He'll go through the middle, across. Oh, he was looking for Draisaitl. The pass got knocked down. Ekholm on the left wing point to Regula on the right. Right wing boards to Draisaitl in behind the net to McDavid. In front and off a stick comes back to McDavid. Left wing corner to Draisaitl. Spins around. It goes just knocked away from him. It does come out. Kulak inside his own line. On the right to Alec Regula. 3-2 Columbus here in the second. Up the right wing, that went off the stick of Frederick into the Columbus end to the right wing corner. Mangiapane hit hard by Provorov. Werenski on the right wing, and Voronkov was able to jam it out to center. Mangiapane for Kulak. He'll come in. He'll shoot it. Saved by Graves. Held onto it on a hard, high shot by Brett Kulak. We'll take a break. 3-2. Blue Jackets lead the Oilers. 5:59 to go in the second. From the Nationwide Arena here in Columbus, it's Four Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network. Here at the Nationwide Arena in Columbus, Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer. 5:59 to go in the second. 3-2. Blue Jackets lead. Olivier, Coyle, and Matejchuk have scored for Columbus. It's been Savoy and Draisaitl for Edmonton. Face off to the right of Greaves. Puck to the right wing corner. Provorov to Werenski. Off the left wing side, off a Sillinger, goes into the Edmonton zone. Olivier will get to it. Olivier into the corner with Ekholm on him. Olivier will come out of that corner. He'll go to the net. Saved by Pickard. And up the left wings, McDavid into the middle at center for Draisaitl. Now over to Savoy over the line. His pass picked off. And Werenski will get it out. Pickard's going to have to come out and do something. He does. To Ekholm. And we'll get it to center ice for Draisaitl into Columbus territory. Now to McDavid on the left wing. To the blue line for Bouchard. Left wing corner, but off the stick of Sillinger. Gets to Draisaitl for McDavid. Sillinger's stick is broken. To the blue line for Draisaitl. Left wing to McDavid. Cuts across the top. Now to Draisaitl on the right wing. His pass in front. That's just broken up by Werenski, and it's cleared out. Go down into the Oiler end. McDavid in behind the net. Oilers down by one. Puck turned over, went into the middle, but off of Marchenko, and the puck on the right side. Wallman.
Move your feet.
Had it knocked off his stick. Here is Fantilli on the right wing. His pass to the middle. That hits a stick, and it goes over the glass and out of play. 4:41 to go here in the second. 3-2 Columbus leads. Be a face-off in the Edmonton zone. Broadcast brought to you by Ford, official partner of the Edmonton Oilers. Ready, set, Ford. Let's get Janmark, Lazar, and Philp out there with Nurse and Wallman. Monahan will take the draw for Columbus. Goes to the line where Fabro will keep it in, right wing to Johnson. Johnson turns to the right corner, centering pass off his stick, up into the air, batted by the glove of Wallman. And on the left wing, Janmark will get it out. In the neutral zone, Lazar just to the Columbus
throws it away as an easy pass and possession for Wallman.
Fabro on the right to Monahan, into the Oilers zone on the right. Cross ice pass, broken up before it could get to Johnson. Christensen keeping it in, but right to Wallman. Wallman up the left wing to Lazar. Comes into the Columbus end. Cross ice pass too far for Janmark. Center is Johnson for the Blue Jackets. Will shoot it into the Oiler end. Out from behind the net is Regula. On the right wing, wedged to the boards by Lundestrom. Puck at the Columbus blue line. Wood in his own end for Severson. Wanted to return it to Miles Wood. Missed him. It's icing. 3:41 to go in the second. 3-2 Columbus leads. Face-off will be to the right of Greaves.
Now we should mention the Oilers don't have Zach Hyman. He's playing Saturday. They don't have Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Not sure when he's going to return. And they don't have Kasperi Kapanen. Those guys would all be at Edmonton's lineup, and they would make a difference cumulatively against this Columbus squad up front. But Columbus doesn't have Budenjenner.
Yep.
Don't have Eric Branson.
The left wing, Wood clears it. Ekholm off a stick before it could get to McDavid. Severson into his own end, off the glass and out for Columbus. Now to Lundestrom, will shoot it in. Pad save by Pickard. Ekholm on the right wing, it gets to the line. Severson keeps it in towards the net. That goes off a Lundestrom right wing corner. Now it's in behind the Edmonton goal. Wood checked on the play. McDavid will skate it out. McDavid through the middle into the Columbus end. On the left wing is passed to Draisaitl. Down to Savoy in the left corner. That got by him. It goes in behind the goal. Werenski come out to center ice for the Blue Jackets over the Edmonton line. Shot it on goal. Blockered away by Pickard. Ekholm to Roslovic. Roslovic into the Columbus end. His pass across to Henrique. A shot and it's saved made by Greaves.
That was a good shot by Henrique and a nice little bit of deception there from Roslovic.
Regula on the right to Roslovic. Down to Podkolzin. Left wing point to Kulak towards the net and is saved made by Greaves. It's on the right wing. Henrique to the blue line. Regula's shot. That redirected just went wide. The left wing, Roslovic to Regula in from the right point. His shot and partially blocked. It was in the slot for a moment. And it gets to Sillinger and he'll come out to center ice for Columbus.
Shot pass there from Regula. He didn't shoot to score.
He's looking for the redirection. Unfortunately, he got blocked. Pass for Frederick. Passed him down the ice. Ice in the call against Edmonton. 2:02 to go in the second. 3-2 Columbus leads. Face-off will be to the right of Pickard. It was all Blue Jackets in the first period, but they were only up 1-0 after 20.
Well, I think for Edmonton tonight, they cannot afford to spot Columbus a 2-goal lead like they did at Edmonton on Monday twice.
Face-off to the right of Pickard. Kulak to the right corner. Up in the air. Over the head of Matejchuk. It goes into the Columbus zone. Matejchuk with Frederick right on him. Left wing to Marchenko. Left side to Voronkov. In over the Edmonton line to the middle. The shot and the save made by Pickard as Severson had jumped up into the play. Puck comes in front. Scores. Fantilli was in front of the net. And he outweighted Pickard. Makes it 4-2.
tell you, my timing in tonight's game has just been awful. 2-2 game. I said they got to at least play with a tie here for a while. Boom, it's in the net. Said they can't go down by 2. Boom, it's in the net. You just get a sense right now that the only guys that Chris Knobloch can count on 5-on-5 are if McDavid is out there playing with Leon and Matt Savoy. I mean, that was a fluky deflection that went Columbus's way, but Wallman had one go his way the other night.
Fantilli gets the goal, his 5th of the year. He's got points in 4 straight games, goals in 3 straight games, and it's 4-2 for Columbus. 18-20, time of that goal. Stumped into the Columbus zone. It's in behind the net. Philp to the side of the goal. He'll get it out to Lazard. Shot that just missed.
Hit a wide open net.
A great chance for Curtis Lazar. It's cleared out. Lazar in the neutral zone. Off the boards towards Philp.
Philp with a great European short side pass, and Lazar the wide open net.
Puck sent out. Monahan into the Oiler end down the left wing to the left wing corner. His pass in. Del Belbaloo's a shot. Saved by Pickard, and the rebound. Pickard got it with his left pad, just barely. And to center ice is Draisaitl down the left wing. We're into the last minute of the second. Oilers down 4-2. The puck to the right wing boards. Draisaitl to Bouchard. Got it in behind the net, and that's where Werenski is. Right wing to Fabro. Fabro through the middle, and that misses Sillinger. It's icing with 32 seconds to go here in the second period. The Oilers down by a couple. Fantilli from Marchenko. So Marchenko now with points in 10 straight. Face off to the right of Greaves. Puck to the right wing corner. Fabro for Columbus to the line. Went off of Ekholm. He was able to just barely keep it in. McDavid into the slot. Out to Savoy. The shot saved by Greaves. The rebound. Draisaitl got it into the slot, and it goes over to the right wing. Savoy has it. 16 seconds to go in the period. Right wing to McDavid. Right wing point. Bouchard shot. Greaves juggles it but covers it up. 9 seconds to go in the period. As this line continues to pressure the Blue Jackets. Draisaitl, McDavid, and Savoy. It's got both of Edmonton's goals, this line, has had a lot of pressure in this period. Monahan will take the draw. Draisaitl out of there, in comes McDavid. They spin around. The left wing boards. Werenski up in the air and out. Icing the call. Less than 2 seconds left. Face-off will be to the right of Greaves. Oilers were down 2-0. Got it to 2-2. Now they're down 4-2. We had 5 goals scored here in the second. Oilers were down 1-0 after the first. Pickard's gone to the bench. Oilers got 6 attackers out there for this late face-off. Draisaitl wins it. The shot, that was just wide by Bouchard. And the period comes to an end. The Oilers down by 2 after 40. Oilers were fortunate only to be down 1-0 after the first period. They got this thing to 2-2, and then a couple of goals by Columbus, and it will be an uphill climb in the third period. Here's at the Nationwide Arena in Columbus. Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer, 4-2. Blue Jackets lead the Oilers, getting ready for the third period. The Oilers Hockey Fights Cancer 50-50, presented by Rogers, is back with life-changing jackpots. Tonight's Oilers 50-50 jackpot is $108,000. The November bonus jackpot at $430,000. Get your tickets now at EdmontonOilers.com/50-50. Well, on Monday, Oilers were down by 2 after 40. See if they can create a little of the same magic. Puck knocked into the Columbus zone. Phil Bafter at left wing corner. He'll get the puck out, but it goes just past Lazar and cleared by Voronkov to center to Fantilli. Now on the left, Marchenko over the Edmonton line. To the side of the net, goes off the stick of Pickard, and Mark can come out to center ice. Left wing to Lazar, but then Janmark was in on the offside. 29 seconds gone here in the third. Oilers down by 2. It's been Savoy and Draisaitl for Edmonton. Olivier, Coyle, Matejchuk, and Fantilli for Columbus. And the Draisaitl, McDavid, Savoy trio out there right now with Ekholm and Bouchard.
Tomorrow's going to be the second of a back-to-back tonight. So you know they're going to get the big boys will get the day off tomorrow. It wouldn't surprise me if this is within reach. If this line doesn't play 7 of the final 20 minutes in this game, maybe 8 of them.
Pass to Coyle, hit him in the skate. Savoy brings the puck in over the line. Draisaitl across to McDavid. He ripped it wide. Draisaitl from the left wing off the side of the net, and the puck into the corner.
That was a real chance for Edmonton there.
Coyle, left wing. Can't get it out. It'll get in front to McDavid, and it's shot. And that goes off at Greaves. He just got enough. Ekholm in from the left point. Rips it off the post. And the puck in the right wing corner.
Well, Savoy keeps making plays here.
Right wing, it's McDavid. Top of the circle to Draisaitl. Draisaitl to the point for Nurse. As the Oilers with good pressure here early in the third, down by a couple. Across to Draisaitl on the right wing. Penalty coming up as Savoy got knocked down in front of the net. Draisaitl, right wing to McDavid. A shot saved by Graves, and it's touched by Werenski, and Edmonton's going on the power play. Minute and a half into the third, and Edmonton down 4-2.
Olivier, what are you complaining about? You cross-checked him right in the numbers from behind. I mean, you had a good year last year. You're legitimately one of the 5 toughest guys in the league, but that's a penalty in every league on the planet. Crash a guy out of the net.
Columbus, number 24, 2 minutes, cross-checking.
Oiler power play presented by ATCO Energy.
They need one here.
Your trusted energy retailer. Learn more at atcoenergy.com.
The only problem is for the last minute, the stop line's been on the ice. I tell you, Savoy's just making plays left and right. Oilers fans should be excited. They got something here with this guy. Henrique out there replacing Savoy. I would have Henrique take the draw.
Well, Draisaitl's got kicked out of there.
I know, but Henrique should be taking the draw instead of McDavid.
McDavid wins it. Puck to the line to Bouchard. Bouchard walks in. Over to Draisaitl. Fanned on the one-timer. Right wing corners Henrique. His pass goes between the Oiler D and out. Roslovic.
They had
Bouchard.
15 shots after 2 periods. I figure they got to be at least at 30 to have a chance to win this game. Come back and win.
McDavid down the right wing into the Columbus zone. Stops up in the right corner to Draisaitl. Top of the circle right side to McDavid. McDavid to Draisaitl. Went off his stick. Roslovic has it on the left to the blue line for Bouchard. Over to Roslovic. Roslovic to Bouchard. Right wing to McDavid. Side of the net out front to Draisaitl. Couldn't get a shot through, and it's cleared out of the zone.
Again, every kill's a win against the power play this good if you're an opposition team. And Oilers playing without 2/5 of their power play with now Nugent Hopkins joining Hyman injured.
McDavid brings the puck in, left wing to Henrique, to the blue line to Bouchard. Right side to Draisaitl into the corner to McDavid. McDavid steps out to Draisaitl. That goes off his stick. Draisaitl now has it in the right corner. At about the hash marks. Into the right corner to McDavid. David comes up to the top of the circle. to Bouchard, to McDavid. McDavid to Bouchard. The shot saved by Graves. The puck to the right wing. Draisaitl with it. Oilers down by 2, 3 minutes into the third period. Now to McDavid. Right corner to Draisaitl. Back to McDavid. Batted it on net and a save by Graves. Puck in the right corner. McDavid to the point for Bouchard. To McDavid, right corner. Draisaitl one-timer saved by Graves. Draisaitl recovers. Has it on the right wing. Over to Roslovic. And shot off the outside of the net. Shoveled around to the line and out by Lundestrom.
Did everything but score there.
Yep. Penalty just about done.
Good looking power play, just didn't score. Huge kill for Columbus, Jack. Camp.
Edmonton 0 for 2 on the power play. Up the left wing, Savoy comes in over the Columbus line towards the net, has to go in behind it. Oilers down 4-2. They're here in the third period. 3:45 gone. Up to center ice is Fantilli, and that goes offside at the Edmonton blue line. Yeah, it was a very good power play. Greaves had to make some saves.
Well, McDavid's the one that's had the chances here in this period.
Well, that one he batted out of the air. It's a good save. Face off outside the Edmonton blue line. Tomashik will take the draw. Goes to Severson at center ice. Snaps the puck in off the right wing glass. Goes to the left wing boards. Marchenko's pass off his stick. Marchenko had it poked away from him. Matejchuk in from the left wing point. Out to Fantilli. Doesn't shoot it. Now to Severson. Blasts it off the outside of the post. And the puck to the right wing point. Severson in behind the net for Voronkov. Left side to Marchenko. Marchenko cross ice pass to Fantilli. Glances off his stick. Goes over to the right wing. Fantilli checked on the play. A loose puck to Frederick. Behind the net to Wallman, but he's tied up. There's traffic there. Frederick gets it loose. Frederick up to center, or up to the blue line to Tomashik, now on the left wing, and Nurse off the boards and in with it. Matejchuk slides to the end boards, takes a bump from Mangiapane, and the puck up at the line of Columbus. Del Bell Blues, now to Johnson. Cross to Matejchuk up the left wing. Directed in by Monahan. 4-2. Columbus leads. 5 minutes gone here in the third period.
Play.
Henrique knocks it down across the Edmonton line. Regula runs into Johnson. The puck at center ice for Podkolzin. Checked at the blue line of the Blue Jackets. It's cleared out by Fabro. Now on the left wing. Swept in by Henrique. Reeves to the left wing corner. Del Bell Blues, top of the circle, goes to Monahan. He'll go to the middle of the ice where Fabro steps into it. In over the Edmonton line. His shot. Blocker save made by Pickard. Left wing's Podkolzin. High in the air and out.
If the Oilers are going to have any chance to get back in this game down by 2, they're likely going to need a goal from a line other than McDavid, Draisaitl, and Savoy. Someone else is going to have to break through and get them one.
That line has both for Edmonton tonight and most of the Oiler chances, if not all. Christensen in behind his net for Columbus. Left side. Puck comes out to the neutral zone. Poked back in by Phil. Provorov on the inboards. Taken to the inboards by Lazar, and it goes over to the left wing. Ekholm from the angle. Misses the net. Hits the corner. Shot from the right side by Bouchard. Stopped by Greaves. Philp on the inboards. Worked over a bit by Provorov. Provorov will get it to the blue line. It goes off the stick of Bouchard and out. He's got to hurry, and he jams it to the right for Philp. We'll give it to Bouchard. Bouchard with it inside his own end for Edmonton. He'll wait. Draisaitl loops through. We'll go to McDavid, left wing to Draisaitl. Just into the Columbus zone. Hacked away from him and down the ice. It'll be icing against Columbus. 6:55 gone in the third. 4-2 Columbus leads. Race off the Blue Jacket end to the right of Greaves. Draisaitl will step into the face-off circle with Charlie Coyle. to get them all lined up. Coyle wins the draw. Provorov to Werenski. Off the left wing and out. Nurse forced back by Olivier. To Draisaitl. Now on the right to Savoy. He'll take a shot, and that's blockered away by Greaves as he had come down the right wing. And Werenski will bring it out for Columbus into the Oilers zone down that right side. Right wing backhand shot, and a blocker saved by Pickard. Sillinger off the right wing boards. Sillinger cross ice, and that was unable to handle it. Was Coyle, couldn't get a shot, but now he has it in front of the net, scores. Coyle with the pass, Olivier with the finish, and it's 5-2 for Columbus.
Well, he's just been a tower of power this game here. Great play by Coyle. This line's dominated the hockey game 5-on-5. And that's their third goal head-to-head against McDavid tonight. First one against Draisaitl, McDavid, and Savoy.
Olivier's his second of the game, third of the season. 7:30 time of the goal. Coyle and Sillinger with the assist, and it's 5-2 for the Blue Jackets. Shot in by Roslovic, goes into the Columbus end. To the left wing, Henrique. Around to the right. Gets to Roslovic. Roslovic on the right. His pass hit a stick, goes to Podkolzin. Scores! Vasily Podkolzin. He got it in the slot, just turned around and shot it on goal, and it cuts the Columbus lead to 5-3.
That's the third of the year for Vasily. That went right off a skate and a boot. It'll net, no chance for Greaves. As Podkolzin posted up and a whip one high glove side.
7:57 time of that goal. So 27 seconds after the goal by Olivier, Podkolzin gets the Oilers to within a couple.
It's been a wild hockey.
It's crazy. Christensen on the left wing. Del Belbelouz shoots it in. Kulak up the left will get it out. 5-3. Columbus leading here in the third. Puck shot into the Oilers zone. Pickard stopped it. It's in behind the net. Kulak to Regula. Now on the right, Tomashik. On the right wing, got it near the line. It doesn't get out, though. Regula will get a chance. And we'll get it to center. Puck sits there for a moment. Del Belbelouz will shoot it in. Regula in the right wing corner. Now goes in behind the Edmonton net. Picking it up, coming out through center is Roslovic, and it's center ice. Shot it in. It goes to the left wing corner. Against the boards was Podkolzin. Puck came free. Wood high in the air and out. Lundestrom chases into the left wing corner of the Edmonton zone. But Podkolzin's able to get it out through the middle of the ice. Comes back to Wallman, forced back by Chinikov. Out of Nurse. Nurse up the left wing. To shoot it towards the net, it goes right off of Severson. He's able to go behind his goal in the left wing to Coyle. And a cut to the middle at center. Forced back. Provorov with it in his own end. Over to Severson. Podkolzin from Roslovic. At 7:57. Oilers to within a couple. Nurse, left wing in his own end through the middle, skipped it over the stick of Lazar. Coyle will shoot it in. Kulak in behind his net on the left wing. Ran out of room with Sillinger there. It goes towards the Edmonton goal, covered by Pickard, and we'll get a whistle. With 10:08 to go in the third, 5-3, Blue Jackets lead the Oilers. We're going to take a break from the Nationwide Arena in Columbus. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Is the Oilers Radio Network.
Here at the Nationwide Arena in Columbus, Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer. 5-3, Columbus leading the Edmonton Oilers. Face off to the left of Pickard. Matthew Olivier with 3 points, 2 goals, and an assist here tonight. Regula off the left wing boards, gets to the line. Severson down low to Voronkov. Breaking it up was Regula, and now gets through the middle to Lazar on the right to Kulak. Pokes the puck into the Columbus zone. Lazar after it, right wing corner. Matejchuk in there for Columbus. And it'll get to Severson now on the right wing to Fantilli. Fantilli through the neutral zone into the Oiler end. Now on the left, goes to the left wing corner, stops. It's bumped by Phil. Fantilli still with it. Left wing corner, Marchenko gets hit by Phil. Marchenko to Voronkov to the left wing point to Matejchuk. Now in behind the goal to Fantilli to the left corner. Now around to the right wing point. Severson got there across the line to Matejchuk into the slot. Fantilli back to Matejchuk. Matejchuk will take it across the blue line. Go over to the right wing. To the right wing corner. Oilers down by a couple here at 9:05 to go in the third period. It comes free to Philp. Philp on the right wing. To Regula, now on the right to Janmark, the center ice. For Lazar to Philp, comes in on the left wing. Edmonton will make some changes. Philp hit along the boards by Marchenko. Severson in behind the net with it. Now on the right to Matejchuk. Matejchuk over to Severson. Left wing to Olivier. It's in his skates. He'll bat it, and it hits somebody at the Blue Jackets bench. We get the whistle. We'll take a break. 8:38 to go here in the third. 5-3 Columbus leading Edmonton. From the Nationwide Arena here in Columbus, it's Ford Dealers NHL hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Education is more than books and classrooms. It's about you. At Portage College, they partner with you to turn dreams into real opportunities. Whether you're starting your educational journey or changing careers, learn more by visiting portagecollege.ca. It's about you.
Rogers is Canada's most reliable 5G Plus network, so you can stream Edmonton Oilers games and see Leon scoring in Leduc. Watch Ty tie things up in Tofield. Or check out Connor doing Connor things in Kalmar. And even watch Stu steal the show while you're in Sedalia. Try saying that 3 times fast. Rogers, this is our game.
Celebrating 70 years in the signage industry, William Huff Advertising is the most recognized name in the game. An in-house, one-stop shop for all of your design, print, and installation needs. William Huff provides quality graphic solutions for everyone. Here in our City of Champions and throughout the nation, they are the preferred signage partner entrusted by many of the biggest corporations, pro sports teams, and organizations to bring their identity to life. Recognize the name, get in the game. WilliamHuff.com.
Education is more than books and classrooms. It's about you. At Portage College, they partner with you to turn dreams into real opportunities. Whether you're starting your educational journey or changing careers, learn more by visiting portagecollege.ca. It's about you.
All games, all season. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
Here at the Nationwide Arena in Columbus, Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer. We're in the Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth. Legacy Heating and Cooling, home and no payments, no interest for 1 year. 5-3, Columbus leading Edmonton. 8:38 to go here in the third period. Draisaitl, McDavid, and Savoy out there with Ekholm and Bouchard. Face off to the left of Blue Jacket netminder Jet Greaves. Coyle taking the draw. He's also got a 3-point night. A couple of assists and a goal. Olivier's got 2 goals and an assist. We're having a tough time getting the puck dropped here. All right, we'll line it up with McDavid taking the draw against Sillinger now, and he kicks it free. It goes to the line. Bouchard to the right for Draisaitl. Scores! Leon Draisaitl goes 5-hole on Greaves from the right wing, and the Edmonton Oilers are now within 1. It's a 5-4 Columbus lead. Draisaitl gets his 2nd of the night, 12th of the season.
Oh, that's a bad goal. I mean, it's a good shot by Leon. Bouchard's got his third assist in what has been a star-crossed hockey game.
That's why you shoot it, though. Sometimes it goes in.
Well, it is tonight for both teams.
For both teams. 5-4. And just under 8.5 to go here in the third. So don't go anywhere. It gets chopped off a stick in the neutral zone. It goes out of play. And we'll get a neutral zone face-off. Oilers were down 2-0 at one point. They were down 4-2 at one point.
Well, we did say the only way they were going to get back in the game is if they got a goal from a line other than McDavid Draisaitl.
And they did.
From Savoy.
And they did.
Roslovic set up Podkolzin. And now you're back to having a pitcher's chance again.
Absolutely. McDavid on the right wing. Just got the puck into the Columbus zone. Cleared out by Werenski. Puck hits center, and it'll be Ekholm over to Bouchard. Bouchard on the right, cross ice pass. That doesn't get through.
Coming hit back. Leon right in the back a little way.
Yeah, it did. McDavid to Bouchard. Bouchard now to Ekholm. He'll shoot it in off the end glass. Bouchard and McDavid with the assist on the Draisaitl goal to get the Oilers to within one. As Sillinger brings it out of his end, and then will softly dump it in, go off for a change. Right wing, Nurse up the right wing boards for Roslovic. Now off the stick of Draisaitl. Puck deep in Columbus territory. Left wing corner. Draisaitl taken up against the boards by Matejchuk. Then Monahan will get it out. Give it to Johnson. He'll shoot it in. Pickard unable to get it past Monahan. Puck goes to Del Bel Blues, back to the blue line, and then Severson had to go off the stick of Podkolzin. The puck is at center ice. And Vasily Podkolzin into the Columbus zone to the left wing corner. Round on the right for Wallman to the right wing boards. It'll get to the line. Wallman and his pass across the line comes out. Edmonton has to exit the zone as Nurse drills it right back in. Under 7 to go here in the third. 5-4, Columbus leads. Up the right wing, it goes to Chinakhov, and he'll get it out. Now for Lundestrom down the left wing. Oh, go over and behind the net, in front of the net, and the shot by Wood goes off the outside of the goal. On the left wing, it's Kulak for the Oilers to Podkolzin at center ice. On the right wing to Regula, dumps the puck in. Crashing after it was Podkolzin, cleared out by Chinakhov. And it'll be an icing call as that puck went up on end and just rolled all the way down.
And McDavid's like, we're going back out here.
And they are.
And they've scored 2 goals. Listen, we're going to have a draw at center. Linesmen are going to overrule the initial call.
Okay. Yep, it'll be at center ice. It's going to be Mangiapane on the ice with Tomasik and Frederick. Regula and Kulak. Fantilli to take the draw for Columbus. 6:23 to go in the third. Edmonton down by 1. Marchenko one-hands it into the Oilers zone. Kulak behind the net, rims it on the left. Off of Tomasik, but Fabro had pinched in from the point. Marchenko in front of the goal, and Voronkov couldn't get his stick on it. Right wing corner, Regula to Kulak.
By Regula.
Out through center to Frederick. He'll go cross ice, Tomasik, the shot, and he drills it wide. Frederick's stick snapped in half. The puck in behind the net, trying to wrap it around Tomasik. It goes to the blue line. Kulak shot, and the glove saved, made by Greaves. Now things getting a little heated up. As Mangiapane got dumped down, he got back up. Gets into it a little bit here. It's now Mangiapane. Get in there and grab Voronkov. Doesn't look like anything's going to come of it, or will it even up? Okay. We'll sort it out. We'll figure it out here. 5:49 to go in the third. 5-4. Columbus leading Edmonton. We'll be right back from the Nationwide Arena in Columbus, Ohio. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Looking for custom flags, banners, or
Radio Network.
Here at the Nationwide Arena in Columbus, 5-4. Blue Jackets lead the Edmonton Oilers. We got 5:49 to go in the third period. For Edmonton, 2 goals by Leon Draisaitl, 1 by Matt Savoy, 1 by Vasily Podkolzin. Evan Bouchard has 3 assists in this game. Matthew Olivier has a couple of goals for the Blue Jackets. Charlie Coyle, Denton Matejchuk, Adam Fantilli have also scored for Columbus. It's going to be coincidental minors after that little whatever that was in behind the Columbus net. So we're going 4-on-4. Mangiapane to the box for Edmonton, Voronkov for Columbus.
And this changes the dynamic, changes the matchup for McDavid and Draisaitl out here, because Coyle and Olivier have done an awesome job in those guys tonight.
Werenski will get to center, make that Provorov to center. He'll shoot it in. Goes up to the left wing for Ekholm. Will shovel it back behind the net to Bouchard. Bouchard, long pass on the left. Matthias Ekholm into the Columbus end. Cross-ice pass to Draisaitl. Now to McDavid. Oh, poked off his stick with Draisaitl into the slot to Ekholm. Forced back for Draisaitl, right point. Couple of moves now to McDavid in front of the net. He just put it wide. Wow. On a bouncing puck. It's to the point. Bouchard for Draisaitl. Across the line to McDavid. He'll cut through the slot. Give it to Evan Bouchard. Bouchard ran into some traffic, and Coyle's going to get it out. And at center will dump it in. Under 5 to go in the third. Edmonton down by 1. Draisaitl weaves his way through center, now into the Columbus zone, and his pass to McDavid got broken up. Fantilli coming the other way. Fantilli into the Oiler end. He'll drop it. Severson shot, and a good stop made by Pickard. Draisaitl, cross ice to Nurse, into the Columbus zone, left corner. He's going to go to the net, a shot, and off the stick of Greaves. Severson out from behind his goal. Long pass on the center. Wallman's pass.
Oh,
they said that came out. That looked like it stayed in. They're calling it offside.
Well, Roslovic did not protest it too much.
So maybe it was. I guess the linesman's a lot closer to it than you and I are. 4:14 to go here in the third. 5-4 Columbus leads. 26 seconds left to go in the 4-on-4.
I would have Savoy out here myself.
He's been flying out there tonight. Off the draw. Bouchard into the Columbus end on the right. Stops up on the point. Comes across the line to Ekholm, and he put it off the inboards. He was looking for the ricochet in front of the net, but it was stopped by Greaves before it could get there, and he covers it.
Out come McDavid and Draisaitl.
Yeah, why not? Why not? 15 seconds left to go in the 4-on-4.
Well, you got to get an ozone face-off win, and we talked about the fact that they've won a lot of draws in this game.
Puck bounces around into the corner. It's Draisaitl. Swing it back to the line to Bouchard. Right wing to Draisaitl. Off the boards for McDavid. Trying to get away from Provorov to the middle. Ekholm shot on a save made by Greaves as Ekholm was sent in all alone. It's 5-on-5 now. Left wing, it's McDavid to Bouchard on the point. Bouchard now goes towards the net. A high shot just misses on the glove side.
Parting of the seas there for Evan. I don't think he realized it.
Coyle got it out to center ice. Savoy into the Columbus zone to McDavid off the left wing boards to the middle. Draisaitl knocked down, and the puck goes out to center.
Oilers upset. That's not a penalty. That should have been a penalty call. Totally cleaved him to the ice.
Goes in behind the net with 3:10 to go here in the third. Edmonton down by 1. And some great opportunities in the 4-on-4 for the Oilers to tie it. Vasily Podkolzin got it out. Puck in the neutral zone. Podkolzin on the left to Jake Wallman. softly play it to the left wing corner. Matejchuk got it around the boards on the right. Lundestrom up the right wing to Chinikov. Chinikov off the right wing boards and in. That's offside, so Columbus has to vacate the zone. And Nurse with a long pass to Roslovic into Columbus territory. Stops on the left wing to Podkolzin, and he'll drive towards the net. Over to the right, out of the right wing point. Shot by Nurse, doesn't get through, and just past Henrique, and it goes to the right corner. Roslovic off the right wing boards, all the way to the left. Back to the left wing point. Roslovic, a shot, and that one got blocked. It didn't get through, and cleared to center ice by Provorov.
Well, this gives you a reset here. Big boys coming back out here. I think you're going to look at pulling Pickard fairly quickly.
As we're coming up to 2 minutes left in the third, Edmonton down 5-4. Draisaitl, there goes Pickard to the Oiler bench. Draisaitl into Columbus territory, right wing corner for McDavid. Across to Ekholm. Has it on the left wing. To the point for Bouchard. To Ekholm, left point. Ekholm, a shot, and a save by Greaves. Puck behind the net. It's in behind the goal. Rimmed by Provorov. Ekholm keeping it in. It's sent out and down the ice. Going to be icing against Columbus. With a minute 28 to go in the third, and Edmonton down 5-4.
What a wild hockey game.
Oilers were down 1-0 after the first. Down 4-2 after 2. We were down 5-2 at one point here in the third. Scored the last 2 goals. Timeout called. So the Oilers will use their timeout, but goals by Podkolzin and Draisaitl have got the Oilers to within 1. Pickard on the bench for the extra attacker. As the Oilers desperately try to tie this game up. Columbus was in Edmonton on Monday. The Oilers scored with 58 seconds left. Jake Wallman, a shorthanded goal, and they won it in overtime. Jack Roslovic with the OT winner.
Coyle is at 59%. He's 10-7 on draws. Draisaitl 7-10, 41%. Second of a back-to-back. Monahan is also 10-7 on draws at 59%. Who's it going to be? My guess is it's going to be, I would have Coyle out there. It's a right side draw. He's a right shot against Leon. And Roslovic's got to go in and support immediately. And Savoy in case the Oilers lose the draw.
Can the Oilers do it to the Blue Jackets twice in a week? The puck dropped. It goes in behind the net. Werenski rims on the right. Pinching down is Bouchard. Sillinger will put it up in the air towards the net. It'll miss, and it'll be icing. Minute 17 to go. Face off to the right of Greaves.
Need a little bit more support off that draw. That puck was a 45-55 puck to Columbus's advantage. They did it again.
Provorov behind the net. Wraps it around the boards. Past Bouchard, icing again. 1:10 to go in the third.
It's been an entertaining game, and give Edmonton credit for their resiliency. Second of a back-to-back. You get a point out of this game, this would be a major accomplishment.
Columbus hit 3 posts in the first. They've hit another one since.
McDavid's going to try his luck here against Coyle. And they're crashing right in off the draw here.
All right, puck dropped. It's in skates, goes to Roslovic. The shot saved by Greaves. What a chance. Puck to the line. It comes out. Oilers have to regroup. Last minute here in the third. Oilers down by 1. Draisaitl into the Columbus zone. Stops on the right wing, top of the circle across to Wallman, and shot, and that was blocked. Wallman has it again on the left wing point. Over to Bouchard on the right.
Okay, get it to 97 here.
Bouchard down the left wing to McDavid. McDavid cross ice. One-timer by Draisaitl, fanned on it. He's got it now on the right wing to Bouchard. Rips it wide of the net. It goes to the left wing corner. 32 seconds left. Back to the line to Bouchard. Left wing, McDavid to Bouchard to McDavid. Left wing corner. Now to Wallman, has it on the left side to the blue line to Bouchard. Bouchard, a snapshot. That one hit Rosslyn. It goes to the right wing. Draisaitl to the point to Bouchard. Now over to McDavid, to Bouchard, to Draisaitl. He's getting pressured by Coyle, and it goes off of Sillinger. Can't get it out. Puck to the middle. The shot just wide by Bouchard, and the game ends. And the Blue Jackets will hang on for a 5-4 win over the Oilers. As the Oilers would not go away in this game. They were down 5-2 at one point in the third, got it to within one, and had multiple chances in the last minute.